The United States is sitting on a mountain of debt. As of today, that number is over $34 trillion. To put that in perspective, it's larger than the entire economies of China, Japan, and Germany combined. Imagine adding up the world's second, third, and fourth biggest economies, and you still wouldn't match what the US owes. That raises a simple but terrifying question: how did the richest country in the world get here, and what happens if America can't pay its bills? The national debt is essentially the money the US government borrows when it spends more than it collects in taxes. Every time Congress approves a budget where expenses are higher than revenue, that shortfall has to be financed. The government covers the gap by issuing treasury bonds, bills, and notes. Investors buy them, expecting safe returns. Foreign governments like China and Japan buy them because U.S. debt has always been considered the most reliable investment in the world. Even American citizens hold U.S. debt through retirement accounts and savings bonds. Think of it this way: if you maxed out your credit card every month, you'd be in trouble fast. But the government has a special privilege. It can raise its own borrowing limit, collect more taxes, or, in the most extreme case, print more money. That doesn't mean debt doesn't matter. It just means the rules for governments are different than households. The problem is, America hasn't balanced its budget in over 2 decades. Wars in the Middle East added trillions. The 2008 financial crisis led to massive stimulus spending. COVID relief packages in 2020 and 2021 poured trillions more into the system. Add in tax cuts, rising healthcare costs, social security obligations, and interest on existing debt, and the pile grows higher every single year. Back in the 1990s, the US debt was under $5 trillion. Today, it's more than 7 times larger, and the growth isn't slowing. Every year, Congress debates the debt ceiling, which is basically the nation's credit card limit. Almost every time, they vote to raise it. Politicians argue about spending versus revenue, but both sides ultimately agree on one thing: America has to keep borrowing because shutting down the government isn't an option. Why does this matter? Because the interest payments alone are now one of the largest expenses in the federal budget. Hundreds of billions of dollars every year are spent just servicing the debt. That's money that can't be used for schools, infrastructure, health care, or tax relief. It's like paying the minimum on your credit card bill forever. The debt never shrinks, it just grows. And as interest rates rise, the cost of borrowing gets even higher. The danger isn't that America will suddenly go bankrupt tomorrow. The US government can always find ways to keep the lights on. The real danger is long-term. What happens if investors lose faith in US treasuries? The US dollar is the backbone of the global financial